So the government has changed, particularly if you own your property and you want basically a garden shed in your back garden for your children to live in. I know that's a great thing to say in 2026 in Ireland. But the government has lessened the rules for plan permission, etc., for these kind of modular homes or even garden sheds. Let's put it that way, for young people to live in, the next generation of Irish people, for them to have to become something that can live in a garden shed and own nothing and be happy about it. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, the government have basically said to young people, "Fuck you! You have your garden shed and you own nothing and be happy about it." That's pretty much what they're saying here. And at the moment in time, there's a 400% increase in people looking for modular homes out their back garden. And it's very desperate. It really, really is desperate. We have young people in their 20s, a couple. Instead of talking about buying a house, they're talking about getting a modular home. That's their future, a modular home. Not even a brick and mortar house, a modular home, and they're going to pay 100,000 for it. And it's disgusting, because we're saying to young people, not even the people my age in their 20s, or not even the next generation, we're saying to them, "Fuck you. You're going to live in the modular home and you like it, and if not, you can own nothing and be happy about it." Which pretty much you might as well own nothing and be happy about it, because it's not much addition. It is a garden shed. Like, let's be honest, it is a garden shed, but it's so desperate. As I say, a 400% increase, and the government only changed this last week, and there's a 400% increase in people wanting to get modular homes because they don't need planning permission. And it's desperate, because in some cases the €130,000 for a modular home, for a little shed, like quite literally little shed. It's 130,000 for these companies, and these companies are putting up the prices. I see already. There's one company down the country, instead of 130,000, they're going upwards to do 100,000, 180 something thousand for modular home. This is not even a house, 4 walls house. This is just a prefab, pretty much, a shed, you would call it. And it's desperate. It really, really is desperate when you see such things like that. And you're saying to young people, "This is your future. Enjoy it." Why did the people in 1916 go out to fight for Irish independence, when you say, "Oh yeah, this is the future, the next generation of Irish people. You can live in the shed"? And meanwhile, we have people coming into the country that we don't even know we don't know half of them, Muhammad and his children, etc., get a 5-star hotel, and it doesn't make much sense, and they get a free social house, no bother to them. And you might call that racist so far away, but it's only the truth. Like, let's be honest. We're saying to young Irish people, "Go and live in a modular home," or "Go and live in the shed," or on your parents' couch. And then we're saying to the people who are coming in that have no business in this country, the majority of them, that here's a free house, enjoy. It doesn't make any sense. We see even that time with the person that killed Ashley Murphy, never worked a day in his life. And he got a free house, free social work, free everything. It doesn't make any sense, but logic doesn't exist in this country. But it's such a disgrace, because we see so many, and again, I could bring up 7 or 8 cases of young Irish people that are working around the clock, working hard. There was a man even I know in Cavan. He had a modular home, he didn't have planning permission. This is before the legislation was put in. And the council took issue with that he didn't have planning permission, even though he was trying to house his family, because he had nowhere else to bring his family. And even though he should have got the planning permission, he should have tried to get the planning permission at least. But the council took away his modular home, and it's evil what happened there, because he was trying his best. He was working a job, he was working full time, trying to pay his way, and it's difficult, and especially as 2 small children along with a wife. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Not easy whatsoever. And the government the government did fuck him over. The local authority fucked him over. And I know people would say the planning permission, etc. But at the end of the day, they can easily overlook it. They can pretend that they've never seen it if they wanted to. They could do it when they want. When they don't, that's what I'm saying. But it's evil, and that's what you're saying to, because he was trying. And again, who knows where that man is now. But what I'm trying to say is, he could have been able to afford a house, because the reason why he had the modular home was he could save up extra money. Instead of paying the rent, he could put it aside to try and get a mortgage. And it's just totally evil. It's just totally evil stuff. It's just really, really evil. And again, it's all a part of this agenda, and you could call me a conspiracy theory or whatever, but you own nothing and be happy about it. World Economic Forum has said about it before, that you own nothing and be happy. And it pretty much, like, let's be honest, let's put the square to square here. If you own a garden shed, like, not even own a garden shed, you just live in a garden shed, you pretty much own nothing. You own nothing and be happy about it, because if this is the future in 2026, now, I don't care about myself, couldn't give a damn about myself. But for the next generation, for even people my age too, the other young people, the young couples, trying to start a family, trying to make a start in life, if this is what we're saying to them, this is your future, then fuck me, what kind of a country is this? And what kind of a country did we fight for? Why did we fight 800 years if this is the fucking state of Ireland in 2026? Like, let's put that straight out there. Like, what was the point? What was the point in getting rid of Cromwell? What was the point in fighting off the British? And fighting the British for 800 years. If we have our own crowd that's nearly worse than the British landlords during the famine when they took the native Irish population out, when they couldn't afford to pay them, when they were starving, along with the OIC, etc., bringing them out, and burning the cottages, etc. Pretty much the government might as well do that. The government of the state might as well become Cromwell and do that. Because they're no better than them, to be totally honest. The government of today in this country is no better than them. They're no better than the British. They're no better than the OIC. They're no better than the Black and Tans. And again, coincidentally, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael wanted to celebrate the Black and Tans. I think everyone, and on Taoiseach, former on Taoiseach, Leo Varadkar, jumped up and down about celebrating the Black and Tans. He wanted to have a day commemorating the Black and Tans, and him and Charlie Flanagan, the former Minister for Justice. Fine Gael, just to say Michael Collins' party, celebrate the Black and Tans. They spin in their graves if they hold such nonsense. But that's what they wanted to do, and they were upset when people fought back and said, what the fuck is wrong with you? But yeah, they never kind of got into their head why people were very upset. I don't think to this day they understand it. But when you're seeing that kind of thing, you kind of know what's the state of the country. The Black and Tans won this country, unfortunately. That's as simple as that. The British never left, to be totally honest, because they're still here in Dorlewen. Cromwell, etc. Because that's pretty much what it is. What the state is. Because the state is, we have to be honest with, the state is out for people. The institutions of the state is out to fuck over young people, particularly in every conceivable way. And we have to be honest when we say that, because this is the truth. There's no other way of looking at it. Like, every way you look at it, you can see that there's no effort. The state just says sit in the garden shed, live in the garden shed. That just says pretty much we don't care. We just simply don't care. Let me know what you think.